Wow, 20 years, man. Yeah, it's been like 20 years since I last been to Earth, along with a bunch of other stuff I will also miss in 2005, which you'll all be 20, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys will also be 20 and soon enough. But anyways, we're here for this video. This might be hard for me to do because of stuff for this, but for this one, we're gonna talk about stuff that happened on that particular day, on the day I was born. And now, let's just celebrate my wonderful celebration. Yep, we should start this one off with obviously the big one. The biggest news that happened on that day. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Backward. Yeah, we're starting off with a sad one. On August 16, 2005, a West Caribbean Airways flight 708, which went from Panama all the way to Mantique, ended up crashing in Venezuela, which ended up killing everyone on board, all 160 people on board. Yeah, to be really honest, for the day I was born, this was pretty much the big news, and to be honest, this was really a depressing one to start us all off. So we're gonna move on with this because I am not the right person to talk about these kind of things. So we're gonna try to move on to something better, I hope. Well, there wasn't really that much. All we got is that George W. Bush nominated a bunch of people, and honestly, I just don't care. Moving on. Now, I always gotta ask about this. Which type of era of the politics that we usually prefer? Like, the early 2000s with all the flash animation stuff? Or the modern one we have right now? And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna answer, like, some of these, like, already. Because I know some of you will say the early ones. So, Donna, what'd you think? Jesus, I've never seen Donna like that before. This can't be right. It's not the Donna I know. Weird. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from the boring stuff, and now let's just talk about the more pop culture stuff, which it ain't that much to talk about, but at least we have them right here. So we're gonna go meet with a few people right now. So let's go meet them. Now for this one, I'm gonna be honest, there weren't really any movies to talk about for that were released on that day. It was more because it was on a Tuesday, although Invader Zim was one of them, but that's not in 2005, so I'm not counting those. We're counting those on this day in particular. So there are no movies, so we're only gonna focus on the box office stuff, so that happened on that day. So let's just meet our two people, and whoa! I've seen double here. Four brothers, which is the topic of this video section. Yes, I know that this movie, Four Brothers, was not released on the 16th. It was released on August 12th, which was 4 days before I was born. So we're only going to focus on the box office for this day in particular. When it was happening on August 16th, it gained around $2.4 million on the box office, and it went down a little bit by 10.4%. And to be honest, it was around average around $94, but in total during that day on the 5-day weekend, they gained around $26.4 million. And of course, I have never seen the movie, so would people even be interested in us doing a review of this movie? Mickey, what do you think? I don't know, people are really gonna be interested in us doing this anyways. What do you guys think? No? Yeah, good point. Besides, we haven't even reviewed the Battle Over the Planet of the Apes movie yet, so, if we're not gonna do that one, then we're probably not gonna do this one either. Honestly, good point, so, yep, so anyways, I'm just gonna move on to the next section, but we're gonna move somewhere else now. Well, I might as well say something. This one was pretty hard to do for this category because For this one, I don't know if I don't really count the stuff that were aired during that time or any new episodes, because all that I can think about is only one episode that aired on the day of my birthday, but it was new, so I don't really count reruns. So for this one, it might be hard, but I might just well say in the a drink for me? Don't mind if I do. Let's talk about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Again, just like Four Brothers, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was released on August 4th, which was 12 days before I was born. So, and we're not talking about the show in particular. We're going to talk about one episode that aired on that day, which is, funny enough, the third episode. And it's called Underage Drinking, a National Concern. The episode's mostly about Mac making just a place for Patty's supposed to be a place for underage drinking, while everyone else gets asked to get a date for a prom, which is where it all sets. So, and funny enough, during the 20th anniversary last week, we got a kind of like a sequel to that episode called Overage Drinking, a National Concern. It's not the same, but it is similar with the title, and that's the reason why I brought it up to this day. And because of the topic we're talking about is underage drinking, you probably noticed why I'm doing this earlier. For the Coca-Cola bottles and soda isn't really alcoholic. Well, because I usually drink a lot of soda, I usually bring this term I call sodaholic, which is like alcoholic, like an alcoholic person, but instead of beer, it's soda. And mostly they drink so much they usually just absolutely go addicted to soda, which but alcoholic people are addicted to alcohol, which is why I made the term sodaholic. And next year will probably be the end of it, so we'll probably explain more detail like in a future video, but this is just what the term is and related to this Always Sunny episode, even including the new one that happened like last week. So yeah, so here's what it is. So anyways, I'm gonna put that away and we're gonna move on to our last topic right here. And it's mostly, we're gonna end this off with a bang, with all the hell breaks loose with this one. Here we go. Oh yeah, copyright is a bitch nowadays. Still are, but still. Well, I don't know how we're gonna do this section, so, what now? I got it. Anybody wanna listen to country music? Hey, do I? What the fuck? Anybody who has seen the Cars movie, you might recognize the artist, Brad Paisley, who made his songs appeared in the movie, but we're talking about the album he made that was released on August 16, 2005, which is called Time Well Wasted. And to be honest, I don't really listen that much to Brad Paisley, because the only song I listen to from him is Limes, but that's nothing to do with it. So, Time Well Wasted is an album that was released on this day, but now let's talk about what are the number one song that happened on that day. And the funny thing is, you are never gonna believe this, and for some of you people, it's called We Belong Together by Mariah Carey on the US. Everyone else, specifically UK, it's James Blunt's You're Beautiful, number one. Weird, huh? Did you know what's the funniest thing about that number one chart that I found? Mariah Carey has a song that isn't All I Want for Christmas Is You in the number one chart. Because nowadays, we always associate Mariah with that song, nothing else. So for this one, it's just like a shocker for me, for this country alone. I know in other places are probably, their number ones are probably different, but still though, yeah, this is honestly a big shocker for me to say the least, so. And that's how we're ending it off with. Weird. And that was the 20th birthday special. I know there's one section I didn't mention because I could not find anything related to it. It's about the YouTube videos that were uploaded on that day, August 16th, which I cannot find any. If you can tell that selection like a big one, I have nothing. So yeah, we're gonna have to skip that one. So if there's any video that was uploaded on the day, let me know in the comments and I'll probably put it in the description. So yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. Comment, dislike, and subscribe. And anybody remember this format I did from the Battle for Blank videos? You probably watched the first one, which is the first thing I did on the year, the start of the year. So yeah, you probably caught up in the playlist or more. But anyways, this experience went well, and now I'm gonna be celebrating my 20th birthday before I ended up getting depressed, becoming an adult now.